Testing. All right. You can cut out that other.
Hey, yo, aim.
Yeah. Run it up, Blondo.
Hey, see y'all from Texas, where we sit riding swangers and put diamonds in our neck.
What's going on? How's everybody doing this evening? It's your boy Doc Holiday, and as always, we are here live at HBCU tonight, powered by HBCU Overdrive. Make sure that you like the stream, make sure that you comment, share, most of all, subscribe to the channel. So make sure we get more subscribers over here. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get everything HBC Overdrive. And if you are already on Twitter right now, y'all know we simulcast both on Twitter and on YouTube. So for all my folks that's on Twitter, make sure you hit that follow button and hit me up on the YouTube and subscribe to the channel. But first and foremost, getting everybody coming up in here in a minute. See if everybody coming on up here. Hello. All right, see if anybody coming on up here right now. But other than that, we got the Mavericks playing the Lakers tonight here in Dallas. Got a lot of things to cover. Let me go ahead and get my banners together. Let's see what we got right here. Trying to get this all out the way. Should have did this earlier, but boy, it's tired. Anyway, let's see who we all up in here. What's happening? We got who we got up in here? Miss Quay, yes, ma'am. We got my nephew Jay. And we got Mr. Petty Signs up in here. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? See if anybody coming on up in here. We got Miss Blue, aka Destiny, aka Miss Blue. She says she wants to be called Miss Blue. Yes. What's going on? But before we get into all that, before we get into all before we get into all that, apologize about the late start. Trying to get some things going. I was trying to get some new stuff on here, but other than that, it should be fine. He ain't here yet. He'll be here in a minute. What you got? What you got to say, Crook? What do you have to say, sir? What do you have to say, sir? What do you have to say? Anyway, let's go ahead before we get started. Play this good old commercial break. Be right back. It's your boy Doc Holiday. Become a subscriber on HBCU Overdrive on YouTube, and you can follow me on all social media platforms at HBCU_Overdrive on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch me on TikTok at Holiday1925 and on Facebook under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. Also, when you become an exclusive family member, you get all the membership perks. You get all the exclusive members only videos, early access to new videos, member shoutouts, and members only live chats. And also, you can get birthday shoutouts on here and win member when you become a subscriber. You can also hit the donation to the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. You can hit the PayPal, David Smith 1925, and you can hit the Zelle, David E. Smith 30 at gmail.com. Remember, all proceeds go towards the channel, not the pocket. Be right back. Yo, it's your boy Doc Holiday with HBCU Overdrive, and I am proud to sponsor Merch Sports. Check out his new line of collection, the Black College Football Fan Club collection. It's basically designed to show support and give respect to the rich history and tradition of black college football. And as you already know, the best college players had to play at HBCUs before integration. So go ahead and check it out over at shopmerchsports.com. Merch Sports. Merch for the sports enthusiasts. All right, and we are back. Ha, 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 ha. Good evening, Miss Natasha. Good evening, Miss Natasha. What's going on? How you doing? She getting ready for that graduation at the end of the month. Yeah. 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 Anyway, so while I got y'all good people on here right now, and while I got y'all good people attention right now, so I have some good news for myself. Good news. Good news. Good. When I say good, I mean good. Good news. Like you a pastor. Good news for myself. Now, so I've been with Walgreens since September of 2023. And I've been a cashier at Walgreens for the longest, right? Now, I would say this, that I'm a dedicated worker and everything. even though I have a couple of ailments, like with illness and just basically illness. I have persevered. Now I know that I said I've struggled mightily with trying to stay afloat, where I'm at. And there you go. Trying to stay afloat where I'm at. But I stayed true to it. I'm new to this, but I have been offered a leadership position with the company, and I start my new position on Monday. I start my new position on Monday. So big kudos to me. Now, what does this mean for the channel? What does this mean? Thank y'all. Thank y'all. What does it mean for the channel? So I will be working overnights. I'll be working overnights. My schedule will be from Tuesday night to Friday night. I have Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. But this would mean that I will be pushing anytime I go live. I will, on those days, I will push the time up from 7 to 6, and sometimes maybe even 5. Just all depends on how I feel, what time I wake up from, get off work and stuff like that. But more likely it'll be around 6 o'clock, and I will be doing it from there. More than likely won't be 2 hours. It'll be more like an hour and a half. Get myself ready so I can head to work and do what I got to do. Does this add for more pay? Yeah, it does a little bit. But it's better, get more hours. And I'm about to say, man, ain't God good, y'all? That's what I say. Ain't God good? Ain't God good? Shout out, man. Shout out to the crew, to my support staff. Yep. Blessings on blessings. So that is my big news right there. So I'll start on Monday. My last day at my store will be Friday morning. It'll be Friday morning. I work from over there 7 to 4. And then I am off to my new store. Man, congratulations to you, bro. You good, man. Hey, something is better than nothing, bro. Something is better than nothing. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Anyway, let's get on to it. If y'all watch the game, on Monday, I didn't get to watch all of it, but I watched some of it. If y'all watched the game on Monday, this game went back and forth. Houston did have a lead that was up to like maybe 9-12. Florida climbed back out. And the last 19 seconds of the game is where you need to watch. The last 19 seconds of the game is where you need to pay attention at. You still mad that Duke lost. I knew Duke was gonna lose. I knew Duke was gonna lose. But my man, like, I don't know who the PG was for Houston. But it seemed like his controller stalled the fuck out. Like, it seemed like my dude's controller stalled the fuck out. And everybody that watched that game on Monday was like this.
No.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
What?
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
That's how everybody in the world, in the United States of America, and especially down there in Houston on Cullen Road, on Cullen Street, by the head. Like, seriously, they was like, what the fuck? Like, he could not get control of the ball because if he did touch the ball, it would have been called a travel. It was a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game. This March Madness basically just said that who gives a shit about the mid majors and fuck them all. It's all about the power. It's all about the powers that be, the power fours. So this is how they wanted it to be. I think it's time for us to just go ahead and just get our own shit. Just go ahead and get our own stuff. But I can't even say shout out to the Gators. I am a Tennessee fan when it comes to football, and I hate the goddamn Gators. I'm just letting y'all know that. Fuck them. Fuck them. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Fuck them. But again, they won. Hey, congratulations to them. Fuck them. And if all the Gator fans got something to say, guess what? I got something for you.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do.
couldn't care less about a gator. I could care less about an arbor tiger. I could care less about a goddamn cougar. Unless it got some pretty legs. So, but hey. And I could sure care less about a damn blue devil. Who the fuck is a blue devil? I ain't gonna, you know what? I ain't gonna say that. But anyway, congratulations to the Gators. Fuck them. But anyway, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it now. I want to know what is going on. What is up with Jackson State baseball? Let's have a deep conversation about this. Let's have a very deep conversation about this. In fact, let me just go ahead and pull up swag standards. I need to know what's up with baseball. What is going on with the baseball team? Why are they tripping out there? All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right. Y'all tell me what's up with baseball. Said the pitching needs some help. Well, shit, they need Jesus right now. They need Jesus. So we got FAMU that's in first place right now at 11-1 in conference, 18-15 overall. Followed by Bethune-Cookman and Texas Southern. Alabama State at 9-3, Grambling at 7-5, PV at 4-5, Southern at 5-7, Jackson State at 4-8. 4-8 in conference, 16-14 overall. We are in a tie with fucking Mississippi Valley State. Why? How in the hell did that happen? What is going on in the baseball world? That ain't my coach. That is not my coach. I'll be honest with you, 4-game losing streak. 4-game losing streak. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Do y'all think? I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's wrap. Let's wrap for a second. Do you think that it is time to move on from? It is time to move on from Omar. All right. What's going on, Mr. Ford?
Hey, congratulations on your new job.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm sitting there looking at your homeboys.
The Mavericks.
This is the Mavericks and the Lakers. They on is this ESP? What is it? Hold on. This is
Should be ESPN.
yeah, this ESPN. They on yeah.
We're gonna talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, they on.
I think I'm talking about with this baseball team we got on a 4-game losing streak.
Oh, you said Jackson on 4-game losing streak?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is Grambling still first place? Or is Florida in him?
FAMU. FAMU is in first place, followed by Bethune-Cookman and.
Oh, it's a Florida sweep.
Followed by Bethune-Cookman and Texas Southern.
Mm-hmm. Okay, where's Alabama State?
Alabama State is at 9-3.
Okay, because they usually have a really good program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's time. I don't know. I'm be honest with you. I think it's time for us to move on from Omar Johnson.
For real? I like Omar. He always brought in all them players from the islands, then from the Caribbean, didn't
he? Yeah.
Okay. Well,
lost up.
You know better than me. I thought he was really good out there. Well, when's the last time he won the conference?
2014.
How'd he do last year?
We won 30 games last year, but remember,
and you want to get rid of it?
Hey, you got to turn it around.
What you want to change? You just want to change?
Need a change. Need a shot in the arm or something.
Oh, okay. Hold on, Doc. I'm drinking me some water. Let me put me some ice in there. Hold on 1 second.
All right. But yeah, I think it's time for us to. I don't know. Everybody in the chat. Do y'all think it's time for us to move on from Omar Johnson?
Yeah. Yeah. You said you ready for him to go, huh?
Yeah. He ain't won the conference in 10 years. You continue bring, getting 30, 30 plus wins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think he has settled with the pitching either. The pitching has been
now what year was that? Remember, they had a knockdown drag out with Southern. It was on television, and everybody thought Jackson was going to win, and Southern came back at the end and won it. What year was that? That's been about like 2 or 3 years ago?
I think so.
They were in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was I remember that. They had a kid, a pitcher from Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good one, man. Yeah, that was a good. I remember that. Man, that was because I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought Jackson was gonna win that. I thought Jackson was gonna win it.
Dr. Israel said he'll give him 1 more year. Uh-oh. Mr. Ford got knocked out. But I don't know, man. To me, like he been on the cusp of winning a conference and haven't done nothing since then. Haven't done nothing since 2014. That game didn't go. That game did end on a
Can you hear me, Doc?
I hear you now. That game did end on a home run. Ooh, that was devastating.
Which one was that now?
That Southern game where we going back and forth.
Yeah. What year was that?
Was it 20? It was about 20. Was it 21, 22?
Yeah, because I think Southern went on to play Mississippi State after that, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They played, yeah, because I think I saw that game when they played Mississippi State.
It was 21.
That was a good man. That was a classic, man. That guy jumped in the bullpen or something trying to catch a home run or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a game. I remember that. So you ready for Omar to go, huh?
If he can't get it done, if he got to get it done.
Didn't your AD give everybody a long-term pack or something? Didn't everybody get new contracts? Didn't I read that?
He got an extension.
Everybody did, right?
Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah, so okay.
But there'll be another subject that we can talk about again because that it kind of hurt me a little bit. But yeah, Omar, everybody got to stand the softball, baseball, basketball.
Yeah, I remember seeing it in the paper.
Mm-hmm. Football, TC, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. I thought it was a great move. To be honest with you, I thought it was out of the box thinking, man. That's the security. I like that. I thought it was really great. Yeah, because I like stuff like that. I like security.
In other news right now, heard that Coach Flea done left Colorado.
I thought that we knew that, right? I thought that was told to us in January.
Hey, he's the new running backs coach for University of Wyoming.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he's at Wyoming. Now, who's the head coach at Wyoming?
I don't even know who the head coach at Wyoming is.
Because isn't that where Josh Allen from Wyoming? Where is he from?
Wyoming.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have to see who's the head coach up there. But yeah, I had heard some months back that Flea wasn't coming back. Yeah, I had heard that. So he'll be able to dip down into the South and bring some boys up there to that cold belt.
All right, come on now. Look, I ain't like them folks in FAMU openly. I'm just saying, he can't get it done. It's been 10 years since he won that SWAC. Yes, he done went to the last couple of SWAC championship games, but he couldn't get it done, and he hasn't done anything about the pitching. Like, come on, you got to do something with it. You got to do something with it on the baseball team. You can't. It just can't be worried about, what he's done for us. Like, I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. That's just me. That's my opinion. You ain't gotta like my opinion, but it's my opinion. Just respect it. And while we at it, man, with coaches on the move, let's go ahead and talk about this one right here. Morgan State makes a hire for a new women's basketball coach, and it ain't Dawn Thornton. So Morgan State names Nadine Damon as the new women's basketball head coach.
Okay, you got a biography on her?
I'm about to get it right now.
Okay, all right.
So says, let's see. Morgan State University announces a transformational addition to its athletics leadership. Nadine Damon, an accomplished collegiate coach and former WNBA player, has been selected as new head coach of the Morgan State Lady Bears women's basketball program. Now, that rumor was true. She did She was a finalist for that job. The appointment made following a national search reflects Morgan's renewed commitment to excellence in women's athletics and coincides with the debut of the 2025 Women's HBCU All-Star Game, where DeMond served as one of the competition's inaugural coaches. This milestone moment for the sport marks the beginning of a bold new era for Morgan's women's basketball team, one steeped in championship ambition and strategic vision. DeMond comes to Baltimore from Virginia State University, where she led the Lady Trojans to back-to-back 20-win seasons and historic success, including their first ever appearance in the NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Tournament. Her record from this past season included a 21-5 regular season record, a CIAA Northern Division title, and a CIAA championship game berth. The defensive-minded teams ranked 16th nationally in opponent field goal percentage at 35% and allowed only 60 points per game. In recognition of her leadership, she was named the CIAA Women's Basketball Coach of the Year and the HBCU All-Stars Lonnie Bartley NCAA Division II National Coach of the Year. She got a pretty good resume.
The CIAA. I mean, MEAC is wide open. Vickers is not Auburn. Shoot, I think who's the best program in the Howard? Who has the best women's program in the MEAC now?
It would be Howard.
I think, that's what I'm saying. Because that'll be our arch rival, Morgan and Howard. Yeah, it's wide open because Vickers done took his show down to Auburn, Alabama.
So she earned a bachelor's degree from the University of Iowa in 1998, majoring in African American World Studies and instructional.
Okay, did she play for Vivian Stringer?
Was Vivian Stringer there in 98? I think she was. Let's see. If that's the case,
wait a minute. No, that's Vivian. That sounds like when Vivian was in 98. Vivian. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna see.
I was trying to say was in 98.
No, she was at Rutgers.
She was at Rutgers. Okay, yeah.
So, following a stellar college career, she was selected as the New York Liberty's 19th overall pick in the 1998 WNBA draft and played for the Sacramento Monarchs.
Oh, yeah.
In 2019, she was inducted into the Connecticut Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Hey, they got one. They got one.
Oh, yeah.
She started her coaching career in the MEAC as a grad assistant and then as an assistant coach at Hampton. She did coach roles at Rutgers. So she did coach under Coach Stringer at Grambling, where she earned SWAC Coach of the Year honors in 2015 and later at Virginia State. So she been a head coach at Grambling and at Virginia State.
Oh, okay.
So this is something that I think this is a good hire for them. Yeah.
It won't be hard getting no players because it's 1 million basketball players in that DMV.
And as you said,
Vickers?
Yeah, Vickers ain't there no more.
No, Vickers are gone.
But that doesn't mean, but at the same time, that don't mean that Norfolk State is slouch either. So
they got the guy coming from Coppin.
Right. And he had a great season this past year too.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
So I'm looking at it to like, you doing something right.
Man. Yeah, Norfolk is like I keep telling man, football wise, I felt Norfolk was a sleeping giant. I think Mike them gonna wake that giant up.
think I sent the message to Coach Simmons. So see if he gonna come on tonight.
Oh yeah.
But I think that it's good. It's good that they got that. They got the coach. So now there is a void because now Virginia State is going to be looking for a head coach. And if I'm Virginia State, I just hire from within. Whoever's on their staff, unless she takes us whole, unless she's took the whole staff with her.
Yeah. Now who's the AD at Virginia State?
Tiffany Dawn Sykes.
That's right. Tiffany Dawn Sykes. You're right. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, she's at Virginia State. And I think she is going to find somebody that of course is a proven, she's a proven winner. That's a proven winner and that somebody that she can trust.
Oh yeah.
Dawn ain't going to no Virginia State. we can get that out the way. Dawn ain't making her way to Virginia State, even though it's a nice place to go to. She ain't making her way to Virginia State.
Yeah, they built a new arena. What, a couple of years ago or 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember it was a beautiful arena.
But I will say this, that you still have openings and at Grambling, even though they're going to fit that position is about to be filled. They're making their announcement on Friday. You got Virginia State on the women's side. You got Alabama State on the women's side. You got Fayetteville State because they didn't. The contract for D'Alessio did not get renewed. Alcorn, there's no head coach position open for all. I mean, it's still open at Alcorn.
Right. Okay.
So you gotta, there's still some positions that's still open. We just don't know who's going to fill them out. But,
right. Okay.
But they need to go ahead and get it done because you don't want to wait to the last minute and be having to play catch up. I would say this that there was news that came out that Trey Johnson, Jackson State great.
Yeah, I remember Trey.
He was supposed to be going down to Alcorn since, he supposed to go down to Alcorn, but he had a change of heart.
Oh, okay.
And more than likely he's back in Jackson.
Okay.
So he's back in Jackson. So his name should be called for a head coach job too. I think he's ready for. I think Trey is ready for a head coaching position. But we like I said, we shall see what's going on.
Right.
Now let's go ahead and talk about this. Chicago State University. They're gonna have their first NCAA football program inside the city limits of Chicago for the first time ever. And
right.
They named their new head coach. They named the head coach. And it's somebody that we know, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, I saw it. Is it Rome, isn't it?
Bobby Rome.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, are they going to be independent? Or are they going? What conference are they going to join?
That is something. That is something that we should find out. Northeast Conference. They do. They did go to the Northeast Conference.
Okay, all right.
So he's the new head football coach, and he gets to basically start. It's starting from scratch.
Yeah, I would like to know how much money they're going to spend on football. Because I see now they're going to go FCS, right?
Yeah, they're going FCS.
Yeah, I'd like to know how much money they're going to be allocated for football.
I don't know how much money they're going to be allocated, but I know that they have a lot of private donors that are putting money into the football program. And it's something that you said the other day. Coppin State and Maryland Eastern Shore need to take a page out of what Chicago State is doing, out of what UTRGV is doing, and go ahead and get football and try to save that dang on conference.
Yeah, I don't understand that, to be honest with you, how they've allowed to do this all these years. You get a cut of the conference money, but then you don't have a football team, and they haven't had football teams in years. Mm-hmm. I don't think Maryland Eastern Shore had a football team since, 80 or 81, right? When's the last time Maryland Eastern Shore had a football team?
The 70s.
That's what I'm saying. That's 40-some years ago. Oh, man, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I don't even see how them other people in that conference. But see, that's what I keep telling y'all about that MEAC conference, okay, and the leadership. Okay, how could you let them get away with that? And Maryland Eastern Shore has money. They got money. And I don't even understand. Like I tell you, what I told you the other night, I would send them a message. Either you get a football team or you go CIAA. Okay, it's non-negotiable. We don't want to talk about it because I don't see how them other schools all them years let them get away with that. I really don't.
Well, yeah. So Coppin State only plays club football, but
that ain't helping the MEAC.
Yeah, if you get a feasibility study, I think Coppin State could actually get. They can actually.
Yeah, they got money. It's a state school. Maryland ain't no poor state. It don't make no sense. But see, that's why I keep telling y'all, people talking about, well, why you ain't talking about Miss Steele and all that? Man, that stuff that's going on in the MEAC is ridiculous. They need to clean that commissioner's office out. They need to clean it out. Bring some new people, new ideas, whatever.
Well, it's one of them things. I'm just trying to figure out what they're gonna do. What are they gonna do?
They better do something, or they're gonna go the way of the dinosaur. They better do something, because this ain't the time to stand still and keep doing the same thing over and over. That's crazy.
Yeah, but now Bobby Rome had a good record over at Florida Memorial. Former North Carolina athlete, been in the game for a very long, for a long time. I think this is a good start for him. This would be a good start. Dr. Carroll, the athletic director for Chicago State.
Who's the athletic director?
Dr. Monique Carroll.
Okay.
She is an alum of Arkansas Pine Bluff. She She has spearheaded trying to get a football team to Chicago since she became the AD there. It's some questionable moves as far as going to the NEC, getting out of the WAC conference for basketball. But at the same time, she's doing a great job. She's doing a great job of what's going on at the school and what people would want and what they would see. And she knows that football is going to bring in money.
Oh yeah,
so it's going to bring in money. And let's see, football in Chicago and football in Chicago inside in the city limits of Chicago, not the outskirts, not the suburbs, nothing like that. In Chicago is going to be great, and he got a whole he got a whole what he just got a whole playground with Chicago when it comes to athletics. When it comes to football, they got the players in Chicago for football, and he got a whole state of Illinois that would be his footprint. Chicago scheduled HBCUs to make money. Of course, they are a predominantly Black institution. So, so they won't be eligible for the playoffs for the first 2 years. Yeah, for the first 2 years, and then after that, they should be able to get in. I play HBCUs for home games too. Yeah, bring them up to Chicago. Here you go. There's your classic right there. The Chicago Classic with Chicago State. There's a classic right there for you. Mm-hmm. But other than that, man, we got a quick. I know we had a question. Let's talk about. It was a question in the chat. It's coming from Uncle Sid. He said, "What do you think about Coach Sam Shade? Because he's a defensive guy."
I love Coach Sam Shade, man. I'm so happy we picked up Sam Shade, and then we picked up Coach Jackson at that Prairie View. Man, I'm in love with them two. Oh man, Sam Shade has won a national championship as a player at Alabama. Played in the NFL. Won a state championship. I think it was at Pinson. Won the SIAC at Miles. Oh, I'm real happy. I keep telling y'all now, he can't fight Jackson yet, but give him some time. Give him a year or two. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. I know one thing. They're getting ready to play defense because that's really what got Cornell Maynard fired, was the fact that he could never put a defense together. He sit around all them years with Boulware and them. Boulware and them couldn't do nothing. And but I tell you one thing, they fixing to play defense in Huntsville now. They gonna play defense now.
Anybody in the chat got questions for Mr. Ford while we on here? Still on here. Cause we gonna freestyle this thing in a minute.
But I'm sitting there looking at the Lakers and Dallas. And it's a crying shame that the Lakers didn't have to give up. I mean, that Dallas didn't have to give nobody but Luka for David. They should have made the Lakers give up at least 2 to 3 more players, because Davis ain't on that boy's level. They should have made Dallas. Listen, Dallas. I mean, the Lakers should have gave up 2 to 3 more players. They got over. The Lakers got over like a fat rat.
Yeah, they didn't want to give up Austin Reeves though. That was the other pitch right there.
This trade right here was all in the Lakers' favor. This is straight Laker favor right here.
All right, Mr. Lawrence said, "What are your thoughts on the FCS going to a 12-game schedule going forward?"
Money. Because I'm telling you, these people finna lose these TV rights, man. Money. It's all about that money. They trying to stay relevant, man. Money. Because I done told y'all now, y'all gonna see the ESPN now, It's finna give everybody they behind the kiss. All they gonna be pushing is that Big Ten and the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be almost a hell with everybody else. You'll see. Y'all gonna see.
What's your thoughts on FAMU's new defensive coordinator?
I think I saw. I know they say he was Trent defense coordinator at UAB.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, they said he was up there with Trent. I got to see him. Now their spring game is this week. I'm hoping it's on YouTube so I can watch it. But I know that the spring game is this week.
All right. Got another question. How do you truly feel about Alabama State this year with their seniors leaving on defense and 2 defensive coaches gone?
Now you know I was a big fan of what's his name, Ryan Lewis. I was a big fan of his now. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think as long as Coach Robinson now, they're gonna play hard-nosed defense. I don't think that hadn't been their defense hadn't been their problem even before Robinson got there. Travis Pearson, them and all them guys had good defense. Their problem for the last 10 years but it's been offensive innovation. They had no offensive coordinator. Now, that's been Robinson's problem. That's one of the former head coaches of Alabama State. He's on the staff here in Atlanta. He's at Georgia Tech. What's his name? He was a coach at Morgan State. What's that guy's name? He had a son play for Georgia Tech. I can't think his name. I think didn't Robinson replace him?
Oh, Donahue Ely.
Yeah, he's up here. He's on Georgia Tech staff. That was his problem. His defenses were good. He just never could come up with a offensive coordinator. And I think that's still their problem. Yeah, I don't think defense is going to be no problem for Alabama State. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's still that offense coordination thing. I told you this, over and over, man. We got to get some offensive innovation in the SWAC, man. That's what's holding Southern back. That's what's holding Grambling back. Who else having a problem? I still think it's a question mark down there at Alcorn, that offense coordinator position. I got to watch Bethune-Cookman to see if that's a problem for them. But we got to get some new blood in the conference offensively in them OC positions.
Right.
Yeah.
Lauren asked you, who has the best chance to go undefeated, Jackson State or North Carolina Central?
That's easy. Jackson State. Jackson State. I told you. I don't know. I think I told you that. Right now, everybody's 2 years behind Jackson State. Everybody's 2 years. That's why I always tell people, about Coach Jackson out there at Prairie View. He can win the West, but no, he can't play Jackson yet. He can't play Jackson. Sam Shade, he can't play. I love Sam Shade. He can't play Jackson yet. Give him at least 2 recruiting classes, because Jackson is so far ahead of everybody right now. I might be wrong, but I still say at least they 2 years ahead of everybody. They 2 years ahead of everybody.
I got some. Let's see. I think so. My winners for every conference, all the black conference, is basically it'll be Jackson State in the SWAC. It'll be I cannot give as long as Black Thanos is down in Orangeburg, South Carolina, I cannot give the MEAC strictly to North Carolina Central. I would give it to South Carolina State before anything else.
And I agree.
In the CIAA, I'm looking at Virginia State still. They
That's
returned.
Coach Frazier, right?
That's Coach
yeah.
Henry Frazier.
Yeah. I go. What about his homeboy up there in Richmond?
Dr. Alpha Parker.
Yeah.
You still got to deal with him too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who's got Fayetteville State's program? Football.
Don't know who got Fayetteville State program, but
I don't know.
They are a tough program too.
Say what now?
They're a tough program too. But I would say this, still don't sleep on Johnson C. Smith. Those last 2 games of the season, those were just hiccups in the road. I won't sleep on them though.
That's Coach Flowers, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he did have. You're right. They kind of fell apart at the end, right?
Fell apart at the end.
Yeah.
Especially losing to Livingstone by 5. Yeah.
Yeah. They were what, 7 and 8 and 0 or something? What were they?
They were 8-0 going
8 and 0
to the game. Into the what was the first game? Was it against Shaw or was it against? I think it was against Winston-Salem.
Right.
Winston-Salem beat them, I think, and then they went into the Livingstone game where they still had a chance to win the conference because they beat They had beat both Virginia schools,
and that was Johnson C. Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they lost to Livingstone.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, but the real thing, I got Johnson C. Smith. In the side.
I'll tell you who need to get off their behind and stop underachieving, and that's Albany State and Coach Quinn Gray. You got 7,000 students, and it's time for y'all to do something. Now, Sam Shea gone. What's the name left the conference? Chennis Berry gone. Okay, Coach Quinn Gray, it's time for you to stand up and do something. When you gonna take over?
You still got that dude in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Still got
Coach Teddy Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm saying. But listen, they got 7,000 students down there at Albany State now. It's time for you to step up and do something. It's time. Come on, Quinn. You come from Florida A&M. You played for Billy Joe. You went to the NFL. It's time for you to do something. It's time for you to take over. Let's stop underachieving. You let Shout come in there and beat you. Then you lost homecoming at Allen University. Okay, you have beat Albany. You beat Fort Valley every year you've been there. But now listen now, it's time for you to step up.
Now that's a team that needs to step up right there.
Which one?
Fort Valley.
Yeah, you know Coach Totten is down there now. He's the offense coordinator and assistant head coach or associate head coach or something. Yeah, he's at Fort Valley. Coach Willie Totten.
Another school we always talk about. Tuskegee.
Oh, I don't. You know how I feel about that. You know how I feel about that.
Tuskegee needs to. I'm gonna be with you on this one. They need to go ahead and clean house.
They need to clean house. Because see, Tuskegee, the way that it geographically fits, Tuskegee is supposed to play Alabama State every year, Alabama A&M every year. Mm-hmm. They can play FAMU because of geography. They can also play Bethune-Cookman because of geography. Okay? And they need to go and get somebody. Like I keep telling the people up here that I've talked to, because now me and you done talked about this 100 times. It's 1 million Tuskegee graduates up here in Atlanta. Okay, they're all over the place, and they love their school. They want that program to be successful, and they give money. But all of them feel like roughing is in the way. And my thing is, listen, let's stop talking about him in the way. Let's go and clean house. Let's get this thing going, because this don't make no sense. What's his name is not ready. He was a quarterback at Tuskegee under Comegys, did very well. Was a golden era while he was quarterback, but he's not ready. And they need to bring in AD, and they need to bring in a head football coach. Because listen, they had a guy there. The last big timer was Willie Slater. Do you remember? Coach Slater was the man.
Yep.
Slater did his thing, bro.
I still didn't like how they did him over at Clark.
Listen, that's how Clark. Listen, that's why I keep telling you. I wish I wanted to see Coach Keaton get a bigger job, because they ain't gonna do right at Clark. I'm a Clark graduate. I know they ain't gonna do right. He gave us the best season we done had in 40-something years. We ain't had a season like that since 70. What was it? 78, 77 or 78. They ain't gonna do right.
They did just have a scrimmage with Morehouse this past weekend.
They did.
Yeah, I think I seen. I watched from Kobe's channel.
I like you introduced me to him. I like Coach Keaton. I like I saw him on television beat Bethune-Cookman, and I went to the homecoming game. I went to I could see him moving up.
I like what Coach Matthews doing with Morehouse too. So
you know what? I gotta watch them. I haven't seen them. I gotta see. I gotta put an eye on them.
I don't know if Tuskegee can win the side. I still have Clark, Atlanta.
Yeah, Tuskegee, it's still issues down there. I'm telling you, man. My thing is, I think Tuskegee's people need to get past the complaining age, go on and clean house, because Tuskegee is the winningest black college football program in the nation. They have a rabid fan base. Just go ahead and do what you got to do. Because to be honest with you, it's not going to be really that hard to win at Tuskegee. No, because those athletes in this. See, Tuskegee can recruit Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, and they can even come into like Mississippi. And because see, when my sister was a student at Tuskegee, they had all kind of students from New Orleans. Matter of fact, I'd have to go back and check. My sister was in school with the mayor of New Orleans. Remember that guy, Ray Nagin?
Ray Nagin.
I think he was there with my sister. Yeah. So listen, they just got to don't make that move down at Tuskegee, man.
Coach Simmons, what's going on?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Hey, Coach, what's going on?
How you doing, Mr. Ford?
Yeah.
First and foremost, what happened to Houston, bro?
You know what, man? I forgot the kid's name, number 21. The last two plays he had the ball, man, cost the game. One stepped out of bounds and then came back in the next play. And he tried to do a jump shot, man, and dropped the ball. I don't know, man.
His controller just disconnected from the game.
Man, I want like his batteries died on the controller, man.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it just like that.
His Wi-Fi low.
You playing the game just like this, and you when your batteries die, you be like...
The Wi-Fi went out in the last second. That's all it was, man.
Oh, man. Oh, man. That was an exciting game, but you know what?
That hurt, man. That hurt, because I really wanted Coach Sampson to win one.
Yes, bro. That's why I went to sleep at half, because I couldn't take it no more. I went to sleep, and I woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning, checked my phone. And that's when it said they had lost. So I went on back to bed. Because I really wanted, man, Coach Sampson go way back, man. See, to me, the 80s was the glory days compared to now, man. And he was a part of the 80s. Because, see, like I told you before, I remember him, he was at Oklahoma. And we pulled for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was at Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
it's just the style of basketball, man. If he had one more player, man, it would have been different in the ball game. But it's on to the next one, right? So on to next year.
Yeah, Coach will be back. He'll be back. He'll be back.
What you think about Chicago State hiring Bobby Rome to be their
first football coach?
First football coach.
Everybody need a job, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro.
Because he got fired from Flomo, right?
Say that again?
He got fired from Florida Memorial, right?
Yeah.
But I heard that was shady, though. I heard it was shady. Yeah. I don't think we should use that because I heard it was kind of shady.
I know, like half his team, his coaching staff went to either Delaware State or Norfolk.
Yeah, that's right. They did. The defense coordinator and the DB coach went to Norfolk. I can't think. The guy that was the defense coordinator, he was a graduate of West Virginia. He was a Mountaineer. And then the DB coach went with him. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, hey, look, they trying to go right to D1. I think they're still trying to go to the MEAC, I think. You know, they're not an HBCU. They figured we're in Chicago. It's a black enough school. We're going to try to jump into the MEAC.
They going to the Northeast Conference.
Are they going to Northeast Conference?
Mm-hmm.
They ain't going to MEAC no more?
Now.
They were trying to do split for years.
No, because the commissioner didn't want to make that move. Mr. Ford always talk about the commissioner for the MEAC. She didn't want to make that move.
I'm going to stop talking about him. Stop talking.
But she won't make that move. Like, come on now. You get Chicago. That is a major money market right there. That's the third largest TV market.
Third largest city in America.
Yeah.
Fourth largest is Houston, Texas.
And then fifth, I think fifth is Dallas. Is us. Dallas.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You rather. I understand getting the DMV market because that's a big market right there too. But at the same time, you miss out on the third biggest. Come on, and they go into the Northeast Conference. Who is in the Northeast Conference? Like who? What schools? Tim. What schools are in the Northeast Conference?
Like, isn't New Hampshire up there, or no? New Hampshire and the CAA.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, that's a good question, man. I mean, none of these conferences anymore make any sense as far as geographically speaking, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at the FBS. You got Cal Berkeley over there in the Atlantic Coast Conference, man. You have West Virginia in the Big 12 playing against Arizona State.
That was the first domino when West Virginia came into the Big 12.
Yeah. And so looking at, was it FAMU left me at because they quote unquote said to travel.
Oh, listen, they should have left the MEAC 40 years ago. They shouldn't have never joined. I remember when they joined. That was the worst thing they could have done. Because I remember we questioned the people. Why did y'all join the MEAC instead of the SWAC? And they kept talking about it was on the Eastern Seaboard and that they had so many graduates. We knew that wasn't going to work. That was let me tell you something. FAMU joining the MEAC was like a 40 to a 45-year mistake. And they found, and let me tell you this, white people is the one who got it straight because them people down there in that Florida legislature told them people at FAMU, listen, ain't going to be no more deficits. Ain't gonna be no more deficits, so y'all might as well get it together. That's why they joined the SWAC. They didn't have no choice. They corrected a 40-year mistake. Let me tell you something. For years, I've been listen. Mr. Ford been watching FAMU since the 60s. Okay? Their biggest games all my life was Southern, Jackson, Grambling, Alcorn. And then they jump up and go and join the MEAC who don't travel 10 people. Listen, FAMU played Howard University in the Celebration Bowl. It was 41,000 people there, official attendance. 100 of them was from Howard. Okay? So listen, FAMU did the right thing.
You know what? I think you're telling the truth because I saw the footage from Kobe's channel on the Norfolk State scrimmage game. Wasn't nobody in that damn crowd. You got Michael Vick's first game.
All they had was FAM was the only one that had a fan base that traveled. Listen, let me tell you this. For 3 years.
Wait, Mr. Ford. You said it was only 100 people from Howard.
It was 100 people from Howard, and one of them was the vice president, Vice President Harris. She wanted 100.
And half of them was in the band, right?
Listen, the band was at the most 35 pieces.
And Secret Service.
Let me tell you this, though. Listen, I was at each one of them. North Carolina A&T played Alcorn in the Celebration Bowl 3 times. Every time, Alcorn had more people there than North Carolina A&T. You think you can go back and look it up. Alcorn at the most got 4,000 students, and North Carolina A&T got about 14 or 15,000 students. They don't travel.
How many was there when Grambling played Central?
It wasn't a big crowd. No, it wasn't a biggie. That wasn't a big crowd. I'd have to go back and look the numbers because I was at that game too. I was at that game.
But the biggest number was when
y'all played South Carolina State, wasn't it?
Yeah. The first time.
Yeah, that's right. Didn't they reach 50 or did they do 48 or 49?
I think they were close to 50,000. Right?
That's what I thought they was too. Yeah. But no, listen, man. With everybody, I'm gonna be honest with you, because FAM pulled out the SIAC in either because when they won that at that time it's called 1AA championship. They were the first one to win it. They were part of the SIAC. They pulled out the SIAC and they were trying to make a determination whether to join the MEAC or the SWAC. And boy, we was hurt when they joined that darn MEAC. Because see, everybody was saying, what does FAMU have in common with Delaware State? Why are you going to be taking your golf team and all that up to Coppin? What you got in common with Coppin? What does FAM have in common with Maryland Eastern Shore? We knew it was wrong. And it took them 40-some years to get it right.
And told little brother, come on, you coming with us. Told little brother Bethune, come on, you coming with us.
Well, Bethune's whole program is paid for by that Florida Classic. That's their whole program. That check at the Florida Classic pays for everything for Bethune. So Bethune is hooked at the hip to FAM. Because FAM and Bethune would be stupid to give up that Florida Classic. Because that Florida Classic is real.
Hey, Coach Simmons, Labor Day Classic. Who you got in that one? Hey, Coach Simmons, you hear me?
He might have froze.
Uh-oh. What's going on, Chuck?
How's it going? How's it going, you four?
Hey, Chuck, how you doing, man?
I'm the fourth person I meant to say. Yeah, I mean you three.
Talking about Prairie View versus Texas Southern?
Yeah, who you got coming this year?
Man, you know, after last time talking to y'all, I went back and re-looked at Prairie View. I got PV, man.
You got PV?
I got PV against everybody in the West.
That coach is real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Jermaine
watched that
Johnson.
guy, man. Listen, man, I told
Yeah,
y'all.
he's a good coach.
I told y'all. Listen, the team that's supposed to fight Prairie View is Southern University. And Terrence down there playing with that OC job. And he don't know now. He don't need to play with them people at Southern.
Oh, Southern.
They are not to be played
rough.
with. I'm
They're
just
rough.
telling you now. Them Southern folks are not to be played with now. And he playing with them. With that whole thing of putting that guy at that offense coordinator job. And a lot of y'all don't understand that. That thing is going to cost Terrence his job. I'm telling you now, Alabama A&M got rid of Cornell Maynor because he wasn't serious about that DC job, about that defense coordinator job.
Mhm.
That's what got him fired. But
Now-
let it keep on.
Well, you know what's funny, man? I was doing some research on it, and you know they have a thing called 35 by 35, right? For Prairie View,
Mhm.
they're trying to get $35,000 raised for NIL. They close to it. I mean, they are close to it, man.
Mhm.
You got conferences like the the Conference USA.
Yeah.
They average 500,000 per school. Now you have a SWAC school that's about $150,000 off. Right now, man, we got to take that NIL stuff very serious, man. If we trying to get these players and be competitive, we got to seriously double up on that stuff. Especially right now with them passing that law, with the $20 million salary cap, Mr. Ford, I think, going on.
Huh?
Yeah, the $20 million salary cap on the FBS for the NIL.
Okay.
Yeah, so they giving them boys $20 million on the Power Four per school, and we
Gosh.
sitting here competing with the Group of Five, and we so close to them, but we scared to do what's called
Group economics.
Yeah, we're scared to do it, man. I mean, that's why I give Ken them credit what they doing with that whole Jackson by 40. And I give Prairie View credit, man, at 35 by 35. But those are only two schools that promote what they're doing. Like you know, Jerry Rice was trying to get a damn field for Valley for over 7 years.
I ain't hear
They didn't
about
tell
that.
nobody. He had a
I ain't
commercial.
hear it.
He had a commercial back on the website for 7 years, man.
Gosh.
All the
Nah,
PWIs promoting it. We ain't doing it.
Now that ain't. I'm gonna tell you like this. That ain't on the athletic director. That's on straight up administration for them to wait that damn long, and then you had to run out one of the best athletic directors in the conference, in Hakeem McClellan.
He's going to Jackson State.
And he's gone to Jackson State, and he
now,
getting paid more in a lesser role.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at Prairie View, and I'm there's nothing about that team other than whoever's gonna be the quarterback.
Yeah.
There's nothing about that team that says it's gonna be another letdown this season. Big question, and it has to do with Grambling.
Oh Lord.
What are the three main things that Grambling needs to have to either be over 500 or at least compete in the West?
Man.
Just three, huh? Okay.
Just three. For right now, just three. I know they need a lot more.
Well, I got two of them.
What you got?
First thing, we got to make sure we got a competent offense coordinator. And second, we got to get the best quarterback we got on the campus.
Okay.
Say quarterback.
Yeah. But there's offense coordinators first. Because I'm going to tell you, man, that was one of the most boring value classes I've ever seen in my life last year. You had Dooley as offense coordinator, and you had Mark Fredericks as offense coordinator at Southern. And baby, you talking about some boring football. That was one of the worst Bayou Classics in my life, was last year. It really was.
Okay. I'll piggyback off that. Creative offensive play calling. I don't know why nobody's scared to do a damn reverse in the SWAC, but creative offensive play calling. D-line play, man.
Okay.
I mean, because your cornerbacks are they all right, but if the D-line is good, corners are better.
True.
And guess this one I throw out there, man. Crowd support. Now we know the people, they don't show up for the State Fair Classic. They don't show up for homecoming, but you got 2 more home games, man. Show up, support them boys.
You know, that group they used to have there, that used to be at the game, used to pack. That group is gone. Like I said, some the ones that's still with us, they're on up in years, or they've transitioned from this life. That's what has occurred, and this is where we are. And this generation now trying to get these young people to come to the games. That's a challenge right there. You see them, they're in their phones now. They're not even thinking about the games.
I think Grambling got to utilize Shreveport better too. They got to go back to playing in Shreveport.
Yep.
They got to utilize. They should have at least one night game in Shreveport.
I think is Grambling playing Langston? Is Grambling playing Langston and Shreveport this year?
Let me check and see. I can check.
No, I'm talking about either in Shreveport or Alcorn or a Jackson. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I know they're playing in Shreveport this upcoming season. Check that out. I heard Al Wash talking about it.
In Shreveport,
Yeah.
I don't know. They ain't got no in Shreveport this year.
And not this year. I know something they were talking about. He was doing last night. Okay.
I mean, they can go ahead and play Pine Bluff in Shreveport. It's a halfway point.
Shreveport was always a good place to play the Mississippi schools, especially Alcorn. It was always a great spot to play Alcorn. That was at that time was called the Red River Classic, I think it was called.
Oh, Red River Classic, yeah. That was Grambling Alcorn weeks ago.
They need to revitalize that. They need to bring it back.
Yeah, Independence Stadium. Yeah, my parents and I used to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I was down there, that was a big game.
Yeah, in the 80s. Oh, yeah. We used to go to those games.
That was a big game.
Yeah, on Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chasm would bring them boys in.
Yeah, Chasm bring them in, and that's when I started watching those guys. And like I said, I remember back when they had that group with Ike Holt and all. They came to Milton. They came to Shreveport.
You see, the same problem is, man, you got to figure out why there's no support over in Grambling. I mean, I understand you want to play in Shreveport, and it's a good idea, but you got that stadium right there too. Why?
Yeah, you can do, like I said. Now you got to remember, Grambling's a village. Okay, the town is actually the school. Okay, so we could do maybe 3 to 4 games, but you do need to utilize Shreveport. I think it's the closest, kind of major city to you, and they need to, when you play the Alcorns, the Jackson, you take them to Shreveport.
Mm-hmm.
You take them people to Shreveport.
Yeah, playing Independence Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were going. Yeah, they were playing it until they opened. That was before Spinks Chasm was open. Spinks. It was Spinks Stadium. They opened in '93. We were at that game when the Alcorn opened with Grambling. They didn't have any lights then. '93. That's when Steve McNair formed that comeback in that game. That crowd was roaring, and they're on the reservation.
But I'll be real with you. Just like you said, the generation before this new generation is getting older, and like you said, they transitioning in life. It's hard for some people to get out to the games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then this generation, they just don't.
They're not in tune to it.
They're not tuned to it. Either they don't know anything about the sport, or they just don't. They know about it, but they just don't care.
They don't care. Yeah, they're telling
they
hey, what's next party? They want to know what parties, who's throwing a party. That's what they want to know.
So let's see. We going around the SWAC.
Okay, what you got?
Third Ward Tigers. Give me 3 things that they need that's important for them for this season.
Third Ward Tigers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Texas Southern. They need security. No, I'm kidding. Well, let me see. With Houston, man, with Texas Southern, I think it's really the same deal, man. I think the whole thing about the SWAC, especially SWAC West, there's no quarterback play. There's no creative offensive play, man. Now, Chris Dishman, year 2, I usually give people 3 years in coaching before I make a stance on them, but from last year, what they showed was they couldn't stop nobody, couldn't score no points. Okay. When they did play hard, they lost at the last second. So I'm looking at it very simple, man. O-line play, D-line play, and run the damn ball. Don't be scared of your running backs, man. Running backs are there for a reason. If you can't throw, force the other team to focus on your run game, and then you'll play action, man. It's simple. It's coaching 101, dog.
So you got so Jace Wilson is in the portal.
Mm-hmm. That time.
Somebody quarterback. You got a kid. He was newcomer a year ago. He in the portal now.
Mm-hmm. Wonder why. Creative offensive play calling, man. The best teams in the SWAC, I said this last week, man, use their damn tight ends. If you sit and watch the games, man, they do not throw the ball over the middle about 10 yards. Right behind that middle linebacker, they never throw that damn ball. Either they throw it short or they throw it deep. Only one that does that is Jackson. But if you were a quarterback in the SWAC, would you come back and play for a team that coached like that last year? Nah.
You're correct. Because he did. What was he saying last season? He said, how you practice is who's gonna start. And I don't think you can have that type of mentality going into a season, especially in going into your second season. Right. And that you came in so late. Now you got a full recruiting cycle now. But you still got some players on the team that was from McKinney. So how do you give him a 3 years, or do you give him an extra year after the 3rd year? Give him a 4th year to try to see if he can get his guys in, get McKinney guys out, or you can just try to get his guys and gel them together, because
you have 3 years to show him.
Well, Doc, what Coach Simmons just said is correct. That's not a personnel problem. That's a coaching problem. All that stuff he talking about, giving away games at the end and all that, that's coaching. So, like you said, Third Ward, Texas Southern problem ain't got nothing to do with personnel. They got to beef up that coaching staff. See, the thing that all of these SWAC teams got to do now is not only do you have to have your coaching staff, you got to have your analysts. You need to have 4, 5, 6 analysts that's telling you right there what's wrong with the kickoff team at the game. Right. What's wrong with that offensive line? That's your analyst. And that's one of the things I do give Deion Sanders them credit for was that the fact that he utilized them analysts so well. And that's what Texas Southern them got to do. Yeah, you got your coaching staff, your position coaches and all of that, but you need to have 5 to 6 analysts on that staff too.
Yes, sir.
That's not personnel. That's not the kids. That's the coaching. That's the staff.
Okay.
Analysts, that's what it's
Yeah, you got to have 5 or 6 analysts right there.
Yeah.
Analysts, grad assistants. I mean, you got to have all that.
There you go.
And I think that's the big difference between, if you really want to get into it, between the FBS group of 5 and the HBCUs and the FCS schools. Our coaching staffs, man, are 1, underpaid, and 2, they are small. Like I remember a couple years ago, I pulled up a document from Southern University that showed what their coaching budgets was. Dooley made like $350,000, something like that. The DC made $55,000 a year. 55. There is a secretary over there at your local hospital making $75K a year. The DC at Southern made $55,000.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's starvation pay.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. $50,000 of what you played at GA.
Man, the difference I saw was Montana State. Now I don't want to get the whole thing about PWI and HBCU, but Montana State head coach took a pay cut. His pay cut was down to like $175,000 a year, but his DC and OC both made $100,000. They boosted everything up with incentives. You win this game, you win that game, you get this amount of people in the stands, that amount of people in the stands. Why are we not doing something like that, man? I mean, how you gonna get a DC to make less money than a manager at Dairy Queen? Say, go out there and recruit for me. Spend 24 hours a day to do my football, and you can't afford to go get you a steak at Outback Steakhouse.
Man, that's something to think about.
Yo,
Montana State, that's some
can't get
Bozeman.
no food at Applebee's.
Man,
Is that the one in Bozeman, Montana State? Is that Bozeman, Montana?
Yeah.
I know University of Montana's in Missoula.
Yeah, and their coaching staff, man, they've beaten New Mexico, FBS school. They won a couple of titles up there because the coaching staff, as far as the OC, they don't leave. All OCs over here, they can't say. And that's one thing that Dion was yapping about. He wasn't worried about him. He was worried about his coaches, what they getting, what they paying. And that's what the whole thing is, man. If we want to get competitive, even if we don't play another PWI, we want to develop these kids. We got to get our budgets right for coaches, man.
Yeah, that's where it is. You're right, Coach Simmons. It's the landscape nowadays.
Yeah, man. I mean, basketball coaches the same way. How you gonna tell me the Houston, Texas Southern coach, forgot his name, the basketball coach,
Johnny Jones.
Johnny Jones, yeah, from Doretta, Louisiana.
$200,000 a year as a coach.
How much?
$200,000 a year. That's less than the third assistant on a Power 5 coaching staff.
And he was making more than his.
He was making when he was at
LSU at his alma mater.
Exactly.
Shoot, he was making more than that when you was at UNT.
Yeah, he was at North Texas before then. Yeah, he sure was head coach at North Texas. My brother's alma mater, my oldest brother's alma mater.
He came here to get experience and get that record up, show that hey, I can coach because basketball is a Power 5 or we can call it FBS level, whatever. He wants to show that. So he came down to Texas Southern.
Yeah, it's all D1.
Build his stuff up.
Basketball.
We're not getting paid. And we're okay with that. Right?
I don't think I'd be okay with that, but
well, they can pay more because now what's the name made more than that now? The guy that went up to Detroit Mercy, Mike Davis.
Mike Davis.
Mike made more than $200,000
at Detroit Mercy, or talking about
at Texas Southern. He made more than $200,000 at Texas Southern.
Mike Davis, yeah, he's coach of Indiana.
He was with He was with
Missouri.
Memphis State this year. He was
Okay,
assistant
yeah,
coach.
he is on Penny's staff.
Yeah, he's on Penny's staff. Because I thought somebody in the SWAC would have brought him back. Because Mike was a wizard in the SWAC.
Yeah, I remember Mike Davis. I first saw him at Indiana. Yeah, that's when I first saw
I
him.
think he played for C.M. Newton or Wimp Sanderson. He played for one of them at Alabama.
Yeah,
He
he
had
played at
UAB.
Alabama.
Remember, he coached at UAB too.
Yeah, I think he played on Wimp Sanderson. Yeah,
Yeah, he was Wimp or either C.M. Newton. It was one
I
of
think
them.
Newton was gone. Yeah, I think he played on Wimp. Yeah,
Wimp, okay.
What else you got, Doc?
All right. Let's head up north to that good old state of Arkansas, Pine Bluff. What them 3 things that them Golden Lions need over there? I'll tell you one, they don't need to they don't need to try to accuse us of stealing their playbook.
Well, no, they got a good offense coordinator, so they just need personnel.
Tony Hall.
They got that guy's good. Now, isn't he
Tony
from
Hall.
Louisiana? Yeah,
Tony Hall.
Yeah,
they got an offensive
He's from New
coordinator.
Orleans.
Unlike a lot of people, they got an offensive coordinator.
He should be
I
the
watched
next
him at
one.
Warren Easton. Yeah,
He should be the next one to be a head coach.
Yeah, so I think it's for them. Pine Bluff need personnel.
yeah, Warren Easton. I remember him from Warren Easton. Tony Hall was quite his team went to the state championship back in 2014. Neville High School beat him with Cavante Turpin was at Neville. They beat him for the state championship. It was man, Neville was in for a dogfight to win that state championship against Warren Easton in New Orleans. And that's when I first heard of Tony Hall. And I look at where he is now. Yeah, he went on to Kansas from there. I think after Warren Easton, and he's at ULM and then Grambling, and I know he's a UAPB now.
How many games did they win last year?
They only won 3.
Three.
And one of the games was on prime time against Prairie View.
I watched that game.
Hey, Dr. Kanisha.
Oh, we got Dr. Kanisha, Miss
Hey,
Howard.
Dr. Kanisha, how you doing?
I think if Pine Bluff were to lock down Arkansas,
Oh, how's it going, Dr. Hall?
they'll be okay, man.
Well, now here's the thing with Arkansas. Arkansas is a small state with population, so Arkansas has to always. If you go back to the Frank Brawls years, the Lou Holtz year, you got to live off Texas. You got to go into Texas. You got to go into Dallas. If you're gonna put together a program with decent personnel, you can't depend on Arkansas. You got to go into Texas. And that's what they got to do. You got to go into Dallas. Enough players in Dallas for everybody. It's enough players in Houston for everybody. Go into Texas.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, though, looking at it, yeah, true. Go to Texas, go to Dallas, go to Houston, go to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
But you should not let anybody get out of Arkansas. If they get out of Arkansas because they want to get out of Arkansas, because they got tickets or they got warrants. That's it.
And the other thing with that side over there with Monroe, you got to go into that part of Louisiana and get some players.
Hey, you know what, Monroe? Hey, Monroe used to get them at UAPB, but you know who's getting the people to UAPB now? The band director, John Graham. He's getting the band members now into M4. That's what we're getting a lot of now. We used to get a lot of football players. Yeah, they got to recruit. Isn't that was it Dorado? Texarkana? Isn't that all that close to Monroe? El Dorado,
yeah.
That's 75 miles from
on that side of Louisiana. They got to go to North Louisiana to get some players.
Hey, El Dorado High School has had some powerhouse football programs.
Yeah.
Out at school, at the Wildcats. Purple and the same color as Kansas State.
Texarkana is closer to Shreveport.
Yeah, Texarkana, not far from Shreveport. It run right through the courthouse, going Texarkana, Texas, Texarkana, Arkansas. Go right through the courthouse.
So here's the thing: if you go recruit Arkansas, if I'm Pine Bluff, like you said, you go to North Louisiana, you go to Monroe.
Yeah, they used to get them out of here.
You go to Monroe, you go to Rayville, you go to
Rayville got some ball play.
Yeah, Tallulah, you go to
Tallulah. That's my father's hometown.
You can go to Minden. You can go down to Columbia. You can go whatever
Columbia,
you can.
20 miles south of.
But now, if you Pine Bluff, because you have close proximity to North Louisiana, but do you also go into Little Rock?
You go to Memphis and you go into Missouri.
Yeah.
You go to St. Louis.
Man, look, there is no place in Arkansas you don't go into.
Yeah.
You can go in Tennessee, go in everywhere else. But my main thing is, if you're going to have a recruiting staff, you're going to have a college. There should be no excuse of you not at least calling every kid in that damn state. Yeah, that's what every big school does. That's what Jackson's doing right now. For Texas did when Texas first got big back in the late 90s, early 2000s. You were not leaving the state of Texas.
You weren't leaving the state of Texas.
Exactly. So I mean, you can still go to Arkansas and we go to Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas and Missouri and all that place. But if there's a two-star to run a 4.2 somewhere in Hot Springs, Arkansas, you better find him. That's what Nolan Richardson said back in the day. He said, first thing you do, you ain't getting anybody outside of Arkansas.
Yeah,
Don't forget Arkansas locked up, then we'll go somewhere else.
That's how you got Corliss Williamson out of Russellville, Arkansas.
But yeah, I'm just looking at it. I'm looking at it like, because of close proximity, I'm looking at going to like Little Rock. Like you said, I go to Memphis. There's players in Memphis.
Memphis has some good ball players.
Look, Memphis got some good ball players. How about this? How about you step your foot up across the Mississippi River into the Delta?
Oh, the Delta. Oh man, Clarksdale. They used to have some good teams at Clarksdale.
Not just Clarksdale. Go to Greenville. Go to Greenwood. Go to Shaw, Ruville.
You know, one of the greatest players in Arkansas Pine Bluff history was L.C. Greenwood. He was from Mississippi. He was from Canton, wasn't he?
Yeah, from Canton,
Mississippi.
Yeah, he's from Canton.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, B.B. King's hometown.
He played at Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Yeah, he did. Guy from here played with him. George Belton, legendary high school basketball coach here in the area, coached at Wasp in my neighborhood. Yeah, they were teammates at what was in Arkansas A&M College.
So,
like I said, I don't know now who is that. I ain't got no problem with Tony. Who is the defensive coordinator at Pine Bluff?
I don't even know because they need help on their they need help on their defense.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's personnel. Those are the things I think they need to work on. Because I think Tony gonna be all right, but we got to see what that defense look like with the special teams. And my thing with them is still their personnel. You know, they got to go get them guys.
Hometown, Indianola. Get some. There's some great ball players in Indianola. Yeah, Robert Kent's hometown. Yeah.
Didn't Doc Gamble and them go into New Orleans and get a lot of players?
Yeah, but I think Doc Gamble from New Orleans, ain't he?
I forgot where he's from. I mean, you got the guy from out of Edna Carr, the quarterback.
The quarterback or something, wasn't it?
From Edna Carr. Yeah, Edna Carr is a powerhouse program down there. That's a machine.
Let's move on to that school in Baton Rouge that we don't like to talk about. Giving them 3 things that Baton Rouge Tech need to have on their team.
I'll let y'all have this one.
I'm a leader.
One of them.
I don't want to smoke from Adrian Crook in the comments. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Get an offensive coordinator.
Go get a competent offense coordinator and put
Adrian,
Mark Frederick back where he belongs as a running back coach.
Not tonight, brother.
That's what they need. They need to put Mark back in his natural position as running back coach and go get an offense coordinator. A real one.
St. Aug. Oh man, the Purple Knights. Oh yeah, Dr. Hall. That's the all-black male Catholic high school.
Southern ain't got no personnel problem. Southern ain't had no personnel problem the last 3-4 years. They problem been coaching. Especially when Dooley was there, it was all coaching. Okay. Terrence got some things going right, but I keep telling y'all, ain't nobody gonna take Terrence them seriously until he do something about that offense coordinator position. I know that's his boy and they partners and all that. That stuff will get you fired now. Your boy never get you fired.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ain't no OC gonna come coach for you for $55,000 a year.
No, you're right, but they can get it right. But now, I'm gonna tell you, wait a minute. Let me say this to y'all. The person who destroyed Southern's program was Roman Banks. He was the AD. He's the athletic director. He can't rebuild that program. Now his whole thing is basketball.
Yeah,
And
I mean, he's
that's
basketball
another
coach there.
thing that the higher ups or the people who run Southern's program is going to have to make a decision on, and that's about Roman Banks. See, Roman Banks destroyed that program,
His office.
and then he can't rebuild that program. Now, Terrence's biggest issue is Terrence did everything right, but he didn't go get an offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
You can't win in the SWAC like that. You can't do it. You can't win in the SWAC without an offense coordinator. You can't do it.
All right. Let's move to the East. We in the East. Let's
That's somebody.
Who?
That school with the purple and the gold.
Oh, Purview. Not Purview,
us.
but Purview. Oh, Alcorn. We talking about Slaughcorn. Man, my bad. Slaughcorn. Yeah. No,
I'm not touching that. I don't want any smoke from G.
No,
Big bad brave.
G.
I like that dude down there at Alcorn. He got
Braves.
that same issue. I like
G.
what's his name? I like Coach Thomas now. Was Coach Cedric
I
Thomas?
think he's on right now. Yeah, no.
I like him, man. I just still think he got a question mark at that OC position. But as far as his analysis, his philosophy, I like him. I like his stuff.
That seems to be the common problem with SWAC West. OC and offense.
Listen, man, the offensive innovation has been a problem in the SWAC 30 years, man. It's been a problem in the SWAC 30 years. The first one that kind of pulled my hat to it was a guy named Roscoe Nance. Roscoe wrote an article in
Ledger.
Yeah, he wrote for the USA Today, and he told him the SWAC has
rest in peace, brother.
He said they have great players, but they don't have great teams. And one of the things he said, this was back in the 90s, he talked about the need for offensive innovation, going outside of the conference and bringing in offensive-minded people.
Yep.
Offensive coordination has been a problem in the SWAC 30 years. I'm telling you.
Boy.
Oh, man.
I'm going to say it like this. I think Alcorn's issue is quarterback. They had the last good quarterback they had was Aaron Allen. He did a great job.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech transfer.
He did a great job
he was
as quarterback for Alcorn. When he was the starter back in 22. Well, 22. He got hurt, and then of course he came back in 23, and he was throwing all over the field. Now, in 23, the pass was good, but remember the run with Jarvion, they was trying to focus in on putting 7, 8, 9 folks in the box whenever he get ready to touch the ball. But it all goes back to me. What is your identity? What is your identity as a football program as far as on offense? Are you going to be a run heavy team, or are you going to be able to pass the ball? Because everybody, to me, everybody that's Alcorn, that talks about Alcorn, that went to Alcorn, it seems like they trying to live back out the Steve McNair years. And
I remember that era.
That ain't happening.
Yeah, but they had a guy. Wait a minute. Remember the guy? He left them and went up to Norfolk State with Dawson Odoms last year. What was his name? He was the offense coordinator.
Elliot.
No, he was terrible. Elliot Ratton. No, he was terrible. He was a terrible offense coordinator. He was a terrible offensive line coach. No, this guy had a junior college background. He left and went up. He was the offense coach. Hey, Doc, look up Norfolk State's last year's roster and see who was the offense coordinator. He came from Alcorn. I wish they could get that guy back. What was his name? He look up the 2024 roster and see who was the offensive.
Oh,
He was the offensive coordinator.
Jason Phillips.
That
Jason
dude was
Phillips.
good,
That's the one
man.
that's
I
the one
wish
that
they
did
could
well
get
in
him back
that
at Alcorn.
Alabama State game. Yeah, he
Yeah.
he was offensive coordinator at Alabama State. They beat Alabama State that year.
That
in
guy was
Montgomery.
good, man. I
He's some
wish they
great
could get
coaching.
him.
Yeah,
I hope he
I
comes back
remember
to the
him.
SWAC too.
Yeah, Jason Phillips. Yeah, I forgot
Jason
about him.
Phillips, yeah, he's really good.
Yeah,
He's good.
That's what it was his play call that helped them beat Alabama State in Montgomery.
Man, listen, I'd like to have, if he could come to
Went to
Grambling,
overtime.
I'd love for him to come to Grambling. If we could
Yeah.
get him.
That game went to overtime, I remember.
All right, we're going to the east. Let's head over to good old Itabena, Mississippi. Just tell me what Valley need, because they need a lot.
prayer.
He said prayer.
A prayer.
Yeah. What Valley needs is nothing to do with the school. I'm gonna say it like this. I've driven through the Delta. I've been to Itabena.
Yeah, I've been there too.
What Valley
Nice
needs,
campus.
man, they need the county and the city to invest in Itabena. At least clean up those abandoned buildings, clean up the streets. So when you have recruits come over there to visit, they don't see this rundown.
He said a Holy
abandoned.
Trinity.
Try to get investments, man, with jobs in the area. Because the thing is, with most small schools over there in the southeast, that are in those small towns,
Mm-hmm.
the towns don't look like that, man. Valley looks like you ever watch The Walking Dead?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've been on the campus. Yeah.
And it's like once you leave the campus, man, it's like the people still live here.
Yeah.
You may see a church here or there.
Yeah, you might.
But
Yeah.
you get downtown, man, it's like you got old beer bottles from 1972 that ain't been moved. You got these buildings. Perfect example. They had this thing that they put this plaque on. I saw it was called a caboose. It was a jail cell. Yeah, they put a lot of black folks in jail one night, and it was just one of their big civil rights things they had. There's a plaque on the front, but the damn building is falling apart. So all you see is the front door, some bricks, and trash. They need an investment in cleaning up that city. Because I'm not sending my son any place where you don't respect the town is in. And that's how I feel about Valley, man.
Is that catfish processing plant still around? I know it's not far from the campus.
It's down the road. It's down the road
Yeah.
from on Highway 82 going.
I remember that.
towards
I remember that plant. Yeah.
Now football wise, I know we said economic wise, but football wise now, what do they need?
Personnel. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what Coach Buckley's staff looks like, but personnel. I always be staff first and then personnel, but I know didn't he go get somebody who was big time offensively in his offense coordinator?
Got him from Ferris State.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
Ferris State, they just won a national championship. That's a beat
yeah,
up Alabama
who's
State.
the offensive line coach?
Yeah, I can't lie to you.
I can't even lie to you. It might be a holdover from Coach Wade's staff.
Okay.
But Coach Buckley is the right coach for that. Coach Buckley is the right coach.
Okay, I get you.
It's real.
So the main thing then, if he got the staff, it's all about personnel. Because you can go, even though, like you said, Itabena might be a mess. Them kids from Memphis and New Orleans will come to Itabena. To get out of New Orleans, they'll come up there. Ashley Ambrose came, didn't he?
Yeah.
They'll come up there.
Came out of LC Forche. He and Eric Dooley and Aeneas Williams went to the same high school. LC Forche is no more.
Yeah, they'll come. You can go get them kids from.
Band.
And like I say, it's always enough. Hey, if you can get that tank of gas, you can go over there and pick you some children up from Texas.
Maurice Hurst played at Southern. He played at LC Forche as well. That's where Ashley Ambrose went to school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go over to Texas and get some boys. They'll come to Ida Bingham.
Well, that's the thing. Like Ida Bingham's in the perfect spot between Florida, Texas, Mississippi. Location wise, it's there. You got Georgia right there, Alabama, New Orleans. It's just maybe it was just me when I drove through it, man. I went through it. It just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? Maybe I just the way I looked at it. But
yeah,
if they can get the talent there, if Coach Buckley can hide the deficiencies and explore everything else they have, they may win 4 or 5 games this year.
All right, let's head down I-40. Let's head down Highway 49. Capital City. Jackson State. Juice City. Tell me 3 things that they need.
Confidence, consistency, and special teams.
Our special team was top 10 last season at FCS.
Yes, FCS, yes, but I'm not talking about FCS, man. The only thing Jackson got to worry about this year is that damn game in Hattiesburg.
Okay.
And it's something about when Jackson plays some FBS teams, they lose confidence, man. They should have beat Texas State. They should have beaten ULM.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Texas State with that DJ. What's that coach name?
It was GJ Kenny.
No. Coach Simba. No.
That game.
They was out their class. They was out their league. Ooh. Now they could have beat Louisiana Monroe twice.
Man,
they could have beat them, but not beat
You're right.
Because one of them years, didn't that Finley boy? What that quarterback was name? Wasn't their name Finley?
TJ Finley.
No, bro. That was too much money, man.
Before I was at the game. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Special teams, kickoffs. That was the problem Jackson State had. If they had control special teams in the game and were just confident. I mean, they lost for 77 to 55, something like that.
77, 30, 77 to 34.
It was more than 34, wasn't it?
I don't know. I know we don't remember that.
I watched that game that evening.
Look, man. All I want them to do this year is play the way they played last year and beats USM. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah, it can be done. It can be done.
Just like ULM is not good, man. They might all they do is win one more game. They've been in a bowl game. It's always that situation. They might win one game, or if there's always a situation they had to beat this team to get it. A team that end up beating them, be like University of Louisiana Lafayette, end up mopping the field with them. It's always that tight thing. They lose that game. They get them in.
This is true though. Quick and right about this. General
Booty. I forgot all about him.
He didn't get the boot after they played us.
Josh.
I remember.
Abram
I went to the first game. They played ULM, which Doris Sanders was a freshman. Me and the wife drove from Austin, Texas, 7 hours over to ULM. That game.
Oh man,
they won that game, man.
They should have won that one. That was Terry Bowden's first season. Yeah, he should have. Jackson State should have won.
Talk about the 12-7 game we played.
Yeah, 2021. Yeah, 2021 game.
Yeah, no. Yeah, 2021. You're right.
Oh yeah, that's when that James Houston got ejected. That hit him.
Yeah,
that really wasn't. It really wasn't targeted.
I remember that. Yeah, they got him for targeting. Yeah.
They were nitpicking.
That was a bullshit.
So many plays.
Yeah, they were nitpicking that.
Like Shane Hooks open down
clean
the field. Yeah, everybody was open, but Jackson just needs to be confident that they can beat an FBS team. I think it's something in the SWAC mentality about playing an FBS school. Last one to win was what, Grambling in 84?
85. 85 to beat Oregon State.
We were at that game that year. My parents and I were at that game. And you know what happened, guys? I'm going to have you all laughing. And when Grambling beat them that year, some people came on the Oregon State side, and he had a fight in the Independence Stadium. And some of the people, the Grambling people, had their binoculars. And one of the guys looked at the binoculars and said, "Man, the guy, they have some LSU." And one of the guys had an LSU sweatshirt. They were in there fighting. The cops had to go and break him up. You know, have a thing they were doing. They were heckling the Oregon State fans. And boy, it all broke loose in there. You had to fight. And those cops had to run over there and get them out of there.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then the closest time they did almost beat the FBS team was when y'all played Arizona.
Arizona, that was Kincaid in them.
Kincaid. And
That's
don't forget about
Yeah,
and don't forget about SMU in 1983. You know, they were beaten badly by Eric Dickerson and Craig James in Dallas, but they came out and they said 83. We were at that game too. Grambling lost about like 5 points in
who beat him up to punt?
Reggie Dupart.
Reggie Dupart. Who beat him up to
John
punt?
Curtis. Yeah,
Prairie View was supposed to be. They came close to beating New Mexico State the year they won SWAC. That was 2009. So I think they lost to them by 3. New Mexico State was not that good. Bethune-Cookman
almost beat New Mexico State one year. So I mean, it's all who you play, man. I mean,
hey, didn't Heisman Northern? Didn't they beat somebody?
Who?
Remember when Heisman Northern was the coach at? Did he beat a Southland Conference team or was it an FBS team?
Southland Conference.
Southland Conference.
Yeah, who did he beat?
It had to be like Lamar because they was coming back.
He beat somebody. I remember that.
Yeah, they were getting their football
Heisman
team
Norman. I remember that.
Yeah, Lamar.
I went to school in Southland. I went to McNeese for a little while.
Yeah, Lamar, because they just got their football team back not too long ago.
Yeah, Lamar was around football a long time.
Let's head on over to Florida. Let's go to the beach, Daytona. What the boys at Bethune-Cookman need to? What do they need? What 3 things they need, Mr. Ford? I just want to hear what you think they need.
I think if Woody don't get it, if Woody don't win at least 6-7 games, I think they need to show him the door. I really do. I think Woody needs to go, and they needs to bring let Reggie Theus bring in somebody from the West Coast, somebody he knows because he should know somebody. But Woody should be, if he doesn't do anything this year, if they come again with 2 and 3 losses, 2 and 3 wins this year, he got to go. Or you can bring Teddy Keaton down to the beach.
I could see Teddy Keaton, I told you.
Yeah, take Teddy Keaton down to the beach.
Oh, I'd be like Marvin said, Usher's close doors. Close doors.
Man, when he did that, man, it was a 1978 moment. Hey, that was scary, man. You know, somebody talking like that. That's 1978. Think about Guyana. You know who that was? Jim Jones.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, man. You know, you start talking like that. That's alarming.
Yeah. Close doors.
Yeah.
No, but Bethune, you cannot lose to a Division II team again.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That messed you up right there. Losing to Clark Atlanta on your home field.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what they beating Clark bad? Didn't Clark mount a big comeback?
They was beating them 34-7.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got to go. If he don't do that, if he comes up with 2 and 3 wins this year, he got to go.
David Wright had a game.
Yeah, and only scored 3 points in the second half. And Bethune came back. Clark Atlanta came back.
Clark came back. David Wright.
31 points swing.
Yeah.
Look, come on now. You cannot lose to a Division II team like that. Not at home.
When at homecoming too?
No, they played
Jackson.
They played Jackson State for their home.
It was on HBCU Go. They televised the game.
They televised that game, yeah.
Yeah.
So you had a national televised game against a D2 school, and you
Coach Simmons, they pissed the bed. And that dude, the the kicker kicked for Clark hit a 55-yard field goal.
Sure did.
In the wind.
Sure did.
In the wind, and won the game. And
Sure did. I remember that.
When he kicked it, it still had like 10 yards to go, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, you know what? Hey man, that was crazy.
I remember that game.
Man,
Let's head on to Tallahassee, FAMU. First and foremost, don't get scammed out of $237 million of Chuck E. Cheese cards ever again in your life.
Oh man. Oh gosh.
That was the story for the whole damn spring and the summer. You know what? I wanted to ask AD Sykes what was going on, but I just like, I'm gonna just leave it
I want these people in their feelings. I want Campbell coming at man.
for one, quarterback play.
Okay.
It seems like they promoting and yelling about this quarterback that no one's ever seen play since junior high school. I guess this kid from Michigan that ain't played on no level. He's been playing. Honestly, man, a quarterback play is the main thing, but also looking at the fact their defense, their back end, safeties. They can't keep anybody in front of them. So, I mean, you got Florida. Where's that Florida speed at on the secondary? So you got to go out there and get some more speed. Find some kids out there. Hell, go to the penitentiaries. You have to. I don't care. Go find some kids with speed.
Sound like a bird room.
Then you go to tackling, man. I always give FAMU credit on the receivers, running back, and the O-line.
Mm-hmm.
But the tackling they do or don't do, and the back end of their damn defense. Besides, oh man, got a kid name that went to. He plays for the Cowboys now.
Marquise Bell.
Yeah.
But besides
I saw him play in 2021 in Miami.
I don't see anybody giving consistent secondary play. You may look good on 1 or 2 games, but consistency is the main thing, man. And mainly quarterback.
Let's head up north to Montgomery. Let's head to the Gump. Big Bama State.
Now, is Booty gonna actually play? Or Body gonna actually play?
Andrew Body. Hopefully he's healthy.
He should be healthy.
Hopefully he's healthy.
Have they had their spring game, or they didn't have?
I don't know that they have it yet.
I ain't seen it yet. I think if the coach can decide if Andrew Body's going to be a running back or a quarterback, they'll be good. Because sometimes you have a coach that's lazy. You know what I'm talking about. The coaches that are lazy. You got a good running quarterback. Let's just have him run around. We ain't gonna call no plays. We're gonna call quarterback off left, quarterback off right. That's a lazy coach. The best running quarterback, like Lamar Jackson, when he first came out, he was doing a run off left, run off right. His MVP seasons, most of those runs were when no one was open. They don't improvise. If they let Andrew Body improvise, okay, they'll be up there.
That's why he was doing that. But that's why he was doing that at Texas Southern. He was improvising.
That's why I was good at Texas Southern.
Oh yeah.
But Eddie Robinson started doing this. It's called quarterback power. You have the running back be the fullback, and the quarterback come behind him. That's all they would do. So that's when you start seeing the injuries pop up. And he was somewhat injured in practice, whatever, but that's what knocked him out last year.
Yeah, North Carolina Central game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
I don't
Miami.
think I think his management of that offense is ridiculous. I think he really needs to get out the way. I think that Eddie Robinson is a problem for the offense coordinator and for the offense itself. I think he's in the way.
He's a defensive man. Yeah,
And he's in the way. He's in the way. Because
Yeah.
I saw some things on the sideline last year that was ridiculous.
He's not an offensive person.
That's why I was kind of alarmed when you said, I asked you the other night, I said, excluding Jackson State, who is the best program? You said Alabama State. Now, defensively, yeah, I agree with you, but it's so many things that Eddie Robinson is a novice at as a head coach. And the number one thing is his management of that offense. Their special teams is good, but it's some things I'm seeing from him. I think he's in the way.
Well, see, the thing is, that was more by default because when you said the question, you said, besides Jackson State, who in the East has the best chance? So
who's the best program? Yeah.
Pick between Valley, Bethune-Cookman, Alabama A&M with a new coach, Bama State, and FAMU. And really between Bama State and FAMU. And only one of them has a quarterback that I've seen play. That's Bama State. So, yeah, they have a bad coordinator on offense, but put it like this. If Andrew Body went to FAMU, it would have been a problem.
Oh, my goodness.
It would have been a huge problem.
Yeah.
Until he played Jackson.
And, yeah.
Yeah, until he played Jackson, because you got to understand, Coach Quinn knows tendencies. He knows what you like to do, and he just prays on that. Like he preys on your weaknesses and stuff, and so that's what makes him a good defensive coordinator. Let's head up from Montgomery to Huntsville. Well, what they call normal.
Well, let me say this, Doc, before we head up to Huntsville. This year is going to determine how long Coles is going to stay in Tallahassee. Because there's certain things, there's some goals that's got to be met in Tallahassee this year. If they're not met, Coles' day is going to be short in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Because, see, y'all was saying about the quarterback. I still say the number one issue in Tallahassee is the coaching ability of Coach Cozy. Is he a long-term winner? Because if he ain't a long-term winner, he can't stay in Tallahassee. He can't stay down there. If he's a novice and trying to learn how to coach and all that, he can't stay in Tallahassee. Because that's not what they're about. You don't come to Tallahassee to learn how to coach. Because I'm gonna be honest with you right now. If we were blinded and we went by the coaching resumes and all, the head coach would probably be that darn offense coordinator. It would be him, not Cozy. Because like I said, there are some goals that got to be met this year in Tallahassee, and if they not, Cozy can't stay in Tallahassee. He cannot stay at FAMU.
And the 220 quarterback club, you can't help him if you don't get it together.
Yeah, you can't stay there. Because I'm still, my thing is, you have Willie Simmons. Willie Simmons left, and how far did you go down as a head coach, or did you go up? Now, to me, I think you went down.
He's always on fire. Yeah,
okay.
Softball.
When you look at Willie Simmons and then you look at Coach Cozy, is Cozy better than Simmons or he less than Simmons? That's what the determination needs to be. But the other thing is, can he win? Can he bring a championship to Tallahassee? If he can't bring a championship to Tallahassee, then they need to move on, because that's what them people feed on down there. They want championships.
Jay Gator spoiled them.
Yeah,
Rudy Hubbard.
He created a monster.
Yeah.
So if you can't bring them a championship, then they need to listen. He's going to move on. Yeah. But this year right here is going to help determine how long he'll stay in Tallahassee. Because I told y'all over and over, That's another one of them schools. They got short patience.
Oh yeah.
You
Them
ain't gonna
Southern
learn how to
Jackson
coach
State.
down there in
Yeah.
Tallahassee. They ain't doing that. You ain't gonna learn how to coach.
Grambling now. They don't play about that.
Now,
Okay.
let's head on to Huntsville. What Alabama A&M with Sam Shade, even though he's a new coach.
Sam Shade just need one thing: time. I like him. I like his staff, and I know he gonna put together a winner. And I'm giving him, like I said, at least 2 years. You know, get 2 recruiting classes in there. He'll be competing for a SWAC championship.
Yeah. Project Fobbs' brothers on that staff, Jamal
Yeah,
Fobbs.
yeah.
He's on his
He's
staff.
got a really good staff. He had a good staff
I
at
know Jamal.
Miles. He had a good staff at Miles.
And Miles, yeah. A lot of those guys, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Miles had a good
I
team.
agree. 100%. I mean, the thing is, location, right? So he's right there in Alabama.
Yeah, and he knows Alabama, and he's a son of Alabama.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
University of Alabama.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Just give him time. He'll put it together. He's got the president. I don't know how long Dr. Williams is going to be there, but as long as he's there, he'll support him. He's got a good AD. The AD brought him there. Listen, things are fixing to get. It's going to turn up in Huntsville. Normal. It's getting ready to turn up. Because one thing he's going to do, he's going to put a defense together. You ain't got to worry about that. He's going to do that.
Yeah, he comes from a defensive background. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Kanisha, you still on here? I heard y'all still looking for an OC.
Is that at Howard?
Yeah, she's the one from Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Scott was calling the plays last year.
Well, let me ask you a question. I want to start a rumor real quick. You talked about Mr. Bosey over there at FAMU losing his job after this year. Do you think Cornell Maynard will be a good fit?
At Florida A&M?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, I wouldn't want to
No.
go. I was Maynard. No, I ain't fool Maynard down there. Those people.
No, man. See, it's a FAMU mentality and a FAMU culture.
No, indeed.
No, man.
Yeah, they don't be bothered with in the 220. Hey man, having a 220 quarterback club, boy. Those people might have. They might
I
have.
think that the guy they should look at is the guy that's the offensive coordinator. He's more. I think I haven't seen him as a head coach, but I feel like he's going to be a great head coach. I think his name is Henry Burris.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a great head coach for somebody someday.
Yeah, quarterback from Temple.
Yeah, him. That's him. Yeah.
Don't set that
man up for failure.
No, they wouldn't. I don't think they'll consider Maynard. No. You got like I told you, got to understand that FAMU mentality, that FAMU culture, how they think. No.
That's jumping into the dungeon.
You know, I had some people tell me one day was the guy that's out of Albany State. His name is Quinn Gray. Was he the next man up? My thing is, he ain't done nothing at Albany State. You ain't done nothing at Albany State yet. How you gonna be the next man up at FAMU? You ain't won nothing. You ain't won. Listen, you let 1 year you let Allen come in and beat you for your homecoming. That's Quinn Gray. Then the next year you let Shaw come in and beat you in Albany on your campus. Okay, you ain't won. You was picked to win the SIAC. Miles won it. So what have you done?
Oh man,
what you done? How you gonna be the next man up for FAM? You ain't won in the SIAC. Now you have beat Folk Valley every year. You did that. You beat Folk Valley. You beaten Folk Valley every year since you've been there. But no, he ain't no next man up.
Yeah, they
I
have.
don't care if it is your alma mater.
U-Haul.
Man, they don't play.
They had that U-Haul ready after the third game.
Yeah, they don't care about you being alumni. Just ask Earl Holmes. They don't care
Oh,
about
he's
you
the
being
worst.
alumni.
Listen, he's the worst coach in FAMU's history that I've ever seen was Earl Holmes. Now, whoever came up with that idea of making him the head coach, they need to go and put them in jail. Okay, whoever idea that was to make him the head coach, they make him the interim head coach.
Oh man.
Maybe they
Yeah.
find those FAMU receivers.
Huh?
Maybe they'll find those FAMU safeties over there.
Coach.
Need that
Oh,
slow speed, man.
Man, what? So went around the sweat. Dr. Kanisha said Howard needs an OC. Compton State and Maryland Eastern Shore just need to go ahead and get their football team right back on, get them back in the fold.
They should be in the CIAA.
Yeah, if they're gonna play football, send them back to the CIAA. Yeah, if they're not gonna play football, go to CIAA because they got money in Maryland. You can't tell me Maryland Eastern Shore can't have a football team. I know better than that.
Yeah, they used to have one. That was
they can. Oh, they were champion. What's that guy's name? Skip McLean. Skip McCain.
Yeah.
You should look up his history. That's the school that gave you Emerson Boozer. They gave you Art Shell.
Yeah.
Gerald Irons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot, that man, please.
Yeah, they used to have it at one time.
Yeah.
All right, let's head on to PV. They ain't even said nothing about PV. You said we did. Oh yeah, we did say something about PV. My bad.
Yeah, about Tremaine Jackson, about what he's done.
I know they're getting ready to take the West.
Mr. Ford, you say you think they're getting ready to take the West?
They're getting ready to take the West.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't do that.
It's Tennessee State. They need Jesus.
I'm a man.
They need
Tennessee
Jesus.
State.
Anybody still on that roster? They all transfer out.
Well, we got
two of them offensive linemen went to Jackson, didn't they?
Yep.
Oh, two of them at Jackson State.
Yeah, Stan and a guard, I think, went to Jackson.
Okay. From Tennessee State.
That's going to help Jackson.
So I mean, they got the right coach. Reggie Barlow was a good coach.
Yeah,
he has HBCU ties, which everybody needs. Even though they don't play HBCU schools all the time.
They're going to play 3 this year, I think, in at Howard, Alabama A&M, and is it A&T?
A&T,
yeah.
They're going to play 3.
But they're also playing UAPB in the Southern Heritage Classic, right?
No, they're not in that anymore.
Alcorn.
Yeah.
Hold on. Alcorn took over Tennessee State now?
I think so.
Ain't nobody watching that game.
Ain't nobody watching last year. Ain't nobody watching really since Jackson pulled out.
Man. Gosh.
Yeah, that's sad, man. So we have Greg Williams as the DC.
Yeah. Former Saint defense coordinator.
If they can get 1 or 2 years of recruiting going on, they'll be good. I think this year is more of a Jackson's spring season. Just want to find out who actually can stick, who ain't gonna stick around.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because Reg is a good predictive talent. That's one thing he can do. He'll bring some talent in there.
Yeah,
he'll bring some talent in. Reg, that's one thing. Reg. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about
Alabama State, Virginia State.
Yeah, he'll bring some talent. He'll come and get some talent.
Well, we went around the SWAC. We went to Tennessee State. Done went to the MEAC. We already said something. We already said what we need to say about the commissioner of the MEAC. We congratulations to Bobby Rome for being the new head coach over at Chicago State. Congratulations to Coach DeMond for being the new head women's basketball coach at Morgan State.
Who's at Chicago State?
Bobby Rome.
That's what's that? Which sport is it? I missed that one.
Football.
Oh, Chicago State's going to get football.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are they gonna play at though? They gonna play at they ain't got no stadium here, do they?
Nah, they go. I think they're gonna try to get rip one from the one of the high schools.
That's what I was wondering with the high schools in Chicago.
I mean, if they get enough money, they have raised enough money where they'll build a stadium. I mean,
I've seen that campus. Yeah, I've been to Chicago. I've seen that campus. Yeah.
So sort of like Texas College over there in
North Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a high school stadium they're playing at.
Well, all the football playing JUCOs in Texas play at high school stadiums.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's JUCO though, man. I mean, you're looking at a D1 or FCS school. You can't really be playing like a JUCO. I mean,
that is true.
Let's just put it like this, man. You figure all this talent in Chicago that's usually going up to Northern Illinois, Northwestern, or whatever.
Yep.
Illinois, Champaign.
There's some that slip through the crack.
But that's what I'm saying. So this is the first year that so like it's just like UTRGV, right? Basically, they start off from scratch. So he get to choose, recruit, and all this other stuff. He got another year or so before I think they want to get football started. I don't know if it's this year or next year. I would say next year, but if it's this year, you rush it.
I think it was this year.
Is this year? Okay. Well,
they starting this year? Okay.
I think so. I mean, I'll double check that.
Okay, yeah, check that. I had to get accustomed to him playing football. Yeah, I know Atlanta Bus is going there to coach basketball.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, Dr. Carroll is doing amazing work over there at Chicago State. And finally, I could care less about Florida. Fuck them. I'm sorry. I'm not a Gators. Look, I'm not a Gators fan. I hate it with a passion. It's the Tennessee Volunteer fan coming out of me when it comes to football. I don't care about them in basketball. If they play Memphis in basketball, I hate them too. I hate them.
And one of the assistants at Florida, when I was at McNeese back in the 90s, he used to be an assistant there. He played at Tulane. Colin Hartman. He's associate head coach at Florida. I hadn't seen Coach Hartman since McNeese in the 90s. He coached under Ron Everhart was on Perry Clark's staff. That's what he played for the Posse. Hartman did.
Where's Perry Clark at now?
Perry Clark, he's retired. He's doing. I saw him on television. He's on ESPN doing the. He was doing the broadcast of some of the college basketball games. He's been an analyst on ESPN.
Oh yeah, he was here at Georgia Tech for years.
Yeah, he just.
Wasn't he at Michigan too?
I know he's at
UM and wasn't he at Tulane?
Tulane, the Posse that he coached. Colin Hartman, the guy that's the associate head coach at Florida. Yeah, he used to be at McNeese when I was going to school down there, and yeah. By the way, Perry Clark was inducted into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame last year.
Yeah, he was one of the top coaches for Bobby Kremlin back in the day.
Yeah, Bobby Kremlin. He was at Georgia Tech. Yeah,
he was at Tech.
That's what
he was recruiting Alonzo Mourning for Tech.
Yeah,
Chicago State starts playing next year.
Yeah. So yeah, he got a year. He got a year to get everything done. He got a year.
I'm still kind of drawn by UTRGV and that $24 million, man. Like,
man, you know where they got that from, man. They got that from University of Texas, bro. I don't know why we tripping on this.
It's just the receipts out there, man. them boys were doing taco sales and burrito functions and
Oh
hot
yeah.
sauce sales.
Bro,
Is
you
that
know
Go
you
to
got
Jackson tomorrow. They got a fish fry going on.
bro,
is that UT Rio Grande Valley?
Yeah.
yeah. You know you got the in front of your name, University of Texas. You get some money from them. Them boys in Austin. Come on, man. I don't want to hear it. Say, even Stephen F. Foster is part of the University of Texas system. They get money from them. Hey, they try.
You know
Yeah,
what? Question though.
I went to school there too.
Yeah,
Why
SFA. They win the conference with McNeese. I remember SLC.
Why don't
Remember
HBCUs?
Jeremiah Trotter was
One
playing
is
during the
just-
time.
Like,
You said what?
Prairie View was with A&M, right?
Yeah.
What's stopping like Jackson from going to Ole Miss? I don't know. I'm just asking. Just curious.
What?
Like,
Boy,
I have UT RGV, UT San Antonio, UT Dallas, UT El Paso. Hell, they got Prairie View A&M, which is A&M system. What's stopping like Alcorn going to Mississippi State system or something like that, or Jackson and Ole Miss? Is the hatred that deep down there?
they don't like that shit. Boy, they trying to close. They want to close it. They don't want to put it in a system. They want to try to close our schools. Hey,
Yep. They've been trying to do it.
talk
That's why
about
they're going in
Jackson.
Louisiana.
You talk about Jackson State joining the University of Mississippi system. Boy, everybody in Jackson be, man, they'll go to the state capitol and riot that bitch. They will riot. They'll go all the way to Oxford and say, we don't want this shit.
Hey, they're trying to do it in Louisiana. They're trying to put Southern in with LSU and all that. Yeah, and try to put Grambling in with Tech and all. I'm like, no, indeed.
Yeah, I was curious, man, because like I said, down here we got Prairie View that did it, and they have one of the best facilities in all of FCS. Well, I always wondered why, like, FAMU didn't do it with Florida State, Jackson didn't do it with Mississippi. It's something else.
Well, Prairie View written in, like I said, I keep saying this, Prairie View is written in our state constitution. That's the reason why. Prairie View is older than Texas A&M.
That's an old school.
That's an old school.
Yeah,
they only old enough
that's
about
original
a
SWAC
couple
member.
of months. They
1920.
The only reason why Prairie View is part
member.
of it, they are part because
they
like
own
I said,
Texas A&M.
it's written in the Constitution. So that's the reason why Prairie View gets money from Texas A&M. Really gets money from the whole state of Texas because it's supposed to be allocated 3 ways.
That's right.
It originally supposed to be allocated 3 ways, and they, Texas A&M got the most. University of Texas get the second most, and then Prairie View get the scraps, and that's why.
Yeah, that's always the case when it comes to HBCU.
It's always the case when it came to them, and
but nationwide wherever HBCUs are.
But yeah,
I was curious, man.
Boy, you got to have a whole bunch of Jacksonians on here talking about,
man,
the hell with Ole Miss. But man, let me get off this thing, y'all. We gonna I know tomorrow I gotta get up in the morning, and I know that's a real chant group. What the hell with Ole Miss? I gotta get up in the morning, take my drug test in the morning for my job, and I'll be back on here tomorrow night with the gathering of old men with Troy and Marlo. See how bad he talk about Bethune-Cookman.
Oh Lord,
leave Dr. Bethune's school. Leave our children alone.
Mr. Boyd, what we need to do about these damn Braves? What's going on with these Braves, man? We start out like trash this season.
You brought back a bunch of trash this year. They got to go get some players. I mean, they call themselves waiting on Acuna to get back. They got some players they need to go get. Yeah, and them money boys got to start hitting. Olsen got to hit, and Austin Riley got to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, But they got to get some outfield. Michael Harris is good, but what's that guy, Clinic or somebody they brought from Seattle? He hadn't panned out.
Yeah. So we all waiting on for Acuna to come back.
Yeah, they got to get some people because Acuna is not going to come back to win May.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they 2-9 or 2-10, something like that.
Yeah, it's a terrible start.
Yeah.
The Rangers, on the other hand, they started off fast in the baseball season.
Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rangers won the
Aaron
championship.
Judge already got 20 RBIs, right?
When you spend $500 million on 2 hitters, they better do something.
Yeah.
How the Rangers doing now, Doc?
9 and I think either 9-4 or 10-4.
Yeah,
They're
because
first in the division.
Much is expected. They show you, the guys that he has a championship from the San Francisco Giants, and that guy everywhere he has championships, and it's a situation. You have to win a championship. What have you done for me lately? Just ask Mike Malone. He just got terminated yesterday from the
Yeah, man,
Nuggets.
that killed me right there. What you feel? How you feel about that, Mr. Ford? Because I ain't even asked you about that.
Well, they got to have some in the NBA. You got to have somebody to blame. So I guess he was the lowest person on the totem pole.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah, well, they got rid of him.
Shout out to Carmelo and Dwight. I forgot about Dwight Howard.
Yeah, going to the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Going to the Hall of Fame. So, congratulations to both of them. And who else? Sylvia Fowles. I seen Sylvia Fowles' name is on
Billy
there.
Donovan.
Billy Donovan. They got some more people on
Maya
there.
Moore. Maya Moore?
Maya Moore.
Maya Moore.
And that's what I said. I was thinking about last year when
Sue Bird on there?
Sue Bird, she been retired for 4 years, ain't she?
Okay, did they induct her?
Let me see.
Yeah, I thought about last year when Charles Smith went in from Peabody High School in Alexandria. He went into the Naismith. He's still coaching and driving the team bus and teaching math. And he's been there over 50 years. He's still going strong. Won those championships. Because he won championships.
What is it? The 2008 Redeem team from the Olympics. That
team. That team that Coach Krzyzewski coached. When Mike Krzyzewski coached. That team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going to be inducted. That Olympic team, the 2018.
Yeah. Let's see. Players. Let me see.
Yeah, I remember. Charles Smith and Simone Augustus went in last year representing Louisiana.
Simone Augustus
went to Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame as well. I watched her play.
Let me see. All right, it's players. I can scroll all the way down. Okay, so they ain't got it up yet, but hold on. Let me see. All right, class of 25. Yeah, Sue Bird.
Sue Bird is going. Okay, Sue Bird. Yeah.
Yeah, Sue Bird, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, I thought Sue Bird was going.
Sue Bird is going in. Okay. I know Sylvia Fowles. Big
Sylvia. So it's Carmelo, Dwight Howard, Sue Bird, Maya Moore, Sylvia Fowles, Billy Donovan.
Another UConn.
Yeah, Danny Crawford.
Danny Crawford, that's official.
The official,
Yeah.
the 2008 Olympic men's basketball team, and Mickey Harrison.
Mickey Harrison, yeah, Miami Heat. Yeah, he's going in. Yeah, Mickey Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
The Heat on. That's the Heat's owner.
And then you look at it for next year. Ooh, next year gonna be. But yeah, we'll get into all that later on. I'll probably be back on here Friday night. Be back on here Friday night. Anything good going on in Atlanta, Mr. Ford?
Let me see. I know I think I got to find out if the Braves are here this weekend, and how about the Hawks? What's going on with them? I don't know if Georgia Tech is having their spring game. I don't know if that's this weekend or not.
A lot of them don't have spring games now. Even when they want to know if somebody's having spring games, it's kind of mystery now because you don't know who's having spring game. Yeah.
Yeah, they said they don't want no poaching.
Yeah.
I know FAMU's having theirs this weekend too. FAMU's spring game is Saturday, I think. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Anything in Monroe, Chuck?
Not anything I can think of in Monroe. Things are just quiet here right now. I can't think of anything that's going on here in Monroe. I know the hockey team is playing. The Monroe Moccasins. I've been seeing I think they kind of wind. I've seen them on television. Their matches, but not much going on here in Monroe. And I know ULM has a new head basketball coach and the guy that played at Wasserman, Christian Lewis, that was the MVP of the state championship team at Wasserman High School last year. He committed to play. He was at a JUCO, and now he's going to play. He's coming back home and play at University of Louisiana Monroe.
All right, ain't nothing going on here in Dallas except for the Mavericks trying to fight for a playoff spot. The Stars are trying to win the division in hockey, and the Rangers are doing their thing. And we got in 2 weeks we got the NFL draft, so we're gonna talk more about that.
Oh yeah. So isn't Shadua making his rounds? Isn't he going to visit different teams?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Doc, they announced today they said $100 pair of sneakers. When the tariff hits, it's going to be $240.
Yeah, I pay that anyway.
Hey Doc, I gotta tell you for that ULM pass. I think the students that thing gonna have student. I think it's student fees now. I think if I stand corrected, Doc and Mr. Ford, I think it's about ULM getting some of the student fees. That's what's going on with these schools now. Yeah,
that's how much it is. But yeah. You talk about shoes, Mr. Ford. I paid $200 for shoes.
Yeah, they said they're going $100 pair of sneakers would be $240.
Gosh, that's a lot of money, man.
That's all right though.
Yeah, I don't wear shoes like that. No. I go to Ross and TJ. Hey, I'm not ashamed to say it.
I ain't trying to say it either.
I'm not ashamed to say it.
Marshalls and
Marshalls, yeah.
Yeah,
TJ Maxx.
I think some Jordan 13s. And I picked them up one time. They was in there for like $35.
Okay.
In the size 13. I smashed some things up real quick. Clean them off. It was stunning.
No, I'm not. I want to know how much. I show how much I can save.
Hey, if you look at my room right now, somebody would tell you, I got too many damn shoes.
Yeah.
And she watched it right now.
I used to do that at Burlington when Burlington was open. We used to have Burlington Coating Factory. I used to had some of those buys, man.
Well, y'all see what happens. But I'm gonna holler at y'all on Friday.
All right. Okay. Y'all have a good night, yeah.
All right, you all. Great conversing with you all. I'm better get on out of here. You all
All
take
right.
care. Take care of viewers and
All right.
listeners. All right.
Don't be a hater because I got too many damn shoes. Don't hate. Appreciate. But anyway, man, we are out of here. We'll be back on here on Friday. Catch me tomorrow on Gathering Old Man Podcast with Troy. You know, I do simulcast with them on my channel too. So we'll be on this thing on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And let's see how bad Marlo talks bad about Bethune-Cookman. But other than that, everybody, y'all have a good one. Wish me luck on my new job. That's all I needed. Especially working overnight. But I am very blessed. I'm very blessed to be put in this position right now. As always. But y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. Hug your loved ones. We out this thing. Be easy.